introduction. I am Isaac and I'm super excited to be your host for this first edition onwards of the Ignition Hour TV series in Senegal. I would like to welcome you to the first episode of the TV series in which we bring to you creative and passionate entrepreneurs with the goal of helping you be ignited by their insightful journeys and experiences. As of today, we are very delighted to have among us the very first speakers on this platform, namely Mrs. Rama Sanya, founder and managing director of Wulundi, and Mr. Abubakar Sidibe, co-lead diaspora for GIDER and founder of Sen Exposure. The topic for this morning's session is on entrepreneurship skills and mindset development journey, and it's all the more important for us to discuss it as we need to be equipped with a mindset that will brave the challenges that will definitely be encountered during this journey of an entrepreneur. I'm going to start with Rama. Ladies first. Tell me, please, why embark in an entrepreneurship journey?
Entrepreneurship is, I will say, is at the heart of our human experience. I'm a new mother. I just had a baby. She's almost a year now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a whole new experience, and it's making me look at life totally differently. And when you look at a baby, and this has been our experience, all of us, and it's still going. These babies, they come into this world, they know nothing about the world, and they have to make it theirs. They have to figure out how to use their fingers, they have to figure out how to use their mouth, how to talk, how to walk, how to cradle, and they never discourage. It's so exciting. Every day is a new day. And when you think about it, it made me think this life, this human experience is nothing but entrepreneurship. Living the best life you have to live, and ensuring that we're also unique. We give to this world what we're here to do. And when we think about Africa, there is so much to achieve, so much to build, to develop. And who else but us, who are from this land, to co-create a better Africa? We know our resources, we know our people, we know the environment. And so I see this Africa. I see a new Africa, and through entrepreneurship, innovation, there's a lot of incredible things that we can achieve. And that's why, for me, entrepreneurship is key.
That's just amazing. Congratulations for your new baby.
Thank you.
Abubakar, what are your insights about that?
So I'll just start by where you finished, because she talked about Africa, and nowadays people are saying that Africa is a poor continent, but nobody can deny that. I mean, we are living in a gold land, and this continent is full of potential. And the story started when I was in high school. Because I remember I had a map in my room, and this map was showing the statistic of hunger, in the world. And Africa was the most affected. And just right after the baccalaureate, I had the chance, to be a member at the Information Research Center of the U.S. Embassy. And there was a lecture about social entrepreneurship. It was a new term for me, social entrepreneurship. It was in 2014. I didn't know nothing about entrepreneurship, mainly social entrepreneurship. Then I took part of that lecture, and it was very, very, very fruitful. Because after that lecture, I knew my mission. I knew what I had to do, to solve this problem. Because in Africa, we have the problem of poverty, we have this problem of hunger, and also there is this self-dependence, this problem, yes, self-dependence, toward the Western. So this is the three problems I really wanted to solve. That's why I put my step into entrepreneurship, and mostly social entrepreneurship.
It's great. Thank you so much, Abubakar. Rama, please tell me about the set of skills an entrepreneur should have.
As an entrepreneur, I'll say the first one a few things are coming to mind, but something is coming now is vision. The ability to have a vision, to project yourself and project an environment, a people, an organization forward. This is critical. He talked, Abu Bakr talked about this perception that Africa is poor. It's a perception, if not to say an illusion. Because Africa has always been the land of everything, from the beginning of times till today and till tomorrow, from its natural resources, the environment, the food, the people, it's unending. Many studies report show how as the world is aging, Africa is getting younger and younger and younger. In terms of natural resources, the food, by 2050, for example, the McKinsey report shows that Africa's land will feed the entire planet because these are lands that have not been harnessed yet. The diversity in terms of resources, again, is mind-boggling when we know that many of the powerhouses in the world depend on Africa to be the economic powers that they are. And if you have a vision, someone told me, a wise person told me, I love to speak with elders, old men, old women. They have such wisdom and such knowledge. And one of them told me some time ago, how are you going to build your country? How are you going to develop your country if you do not understand your land? You don't even know it. I said, what do you mean? He said, do you know the different lands that are in Senegal? I was like, no. Do you know the different trees that are in Senegal? I said, no. Do you know the wildlife that is here, the different animals, the different insects that you have? Because the insects are key to the entire ecosystem of the development and the sustainability of your country. I said, no. He said, there's a difference between us and the foreigners. He said, when we come to the beach and enjoy the beach, we look at the sand, and we just enjoy, life is good. He says the foreigner, when he comes or she comes, they see the sun, they see space, and they visualize a terrace. They visualize a restaurant. They visualize people coming in and paying to enjoy the scenery. And they make it happen, while we just sit at the beach and still enjoy the sun. And watch our countries being developed for us, by us, and we pay to enjoy our own environments. So vision is important. How do we change our lenses to start to see our environment differently so that we can develop it? Number one. Number two, how do we get to understand the environment, its people, what it needs, how it functions, so that we can create, foster, develop the ecosystem that it needs to prosper? How do we connect with our own self so that we love ourselves, so that we can love our land? Vision is important. Another skill set is resilience. Resilience. Being able to move forward powerfully, regardless of any setbacks, any challenges, whatever anybody says. Resilience. And in the process, having a mindset of a winner. What is the mindset of a winner? Someone who has a positive attitude. Think forward. Doesn't take no for an answer. Is profoundly grounded on who he or she really is. That is very important. Because with anything, as you're trying to create and you're trying to build, the environment, people, life resist change. And the life of an entrepreneur is to disrupt the change. So resilience is important. That's where I'll start.
Thank you so much, Rama. This is so enlightening. Abubakar, to you, what are the set of skills that an entrepreneur should have?
Rama just mentioned very key points, on your entrepreneurial journey right now. And Rama, you are such inspiring, And thankfully, the Ignition Hour is here to record this and to be able to share it to the world, because the world needs to hear what you have to say, and it's really important. And there is, this saying that is saying, there's a saying goes, a vision without action is just hallucination, So about the skills, first of all, yes, even for me, it's about a vision. Because if you don't have a vision, you won't be able to, what are you here for? So you should have a vision and you should protect that vision. Protect it. And you should be also able to sell it. Because if you have a vision and you're able to sell it, then you make history. And I remember in high school, one day our teacher, when we were doing geography, the teacher told us that the map of Africa is bigger than all of the other continents, combined together. And then I start asking myself, so given that, we have, potential, we have gold, we have everything. So why are we still, in that stage? And then I start asking myself, then I realize that there is, this lack of self-confidence. Because I say, if you have a vision, you should be confident. Because without this self-confidence, you won't be able to undertake. You won't dare. You won't take initiative. So you need to have this self-confidence and take initiative. Dare, go, start, do it. And also, in our level, you should master your business. If I say you should master your business, it doesn't mean that you just have a friend that have startup, his company, he's doing great, and you just want to also do like the same as him. No. See what you want to do. You should find your passion and learn your business. This is what I want to do, then you learn it. You learn how the business go, you know the business process, and you know also, yes, there are failures. When obstacles are going to come and what you are going to do to exceed those obstacles. And also, you should make a business plan. A business plan, it's, compulsory on your journey. You should have a plan. Sometimes I used to say you should have a plan A, plan B, plan C, even plan Z, if possible. Because nobody won't share, your vision, Always there will some people that will be here that won't understand, where you want to go. So you should have a plan A, plan B, plan C. And by making your business plan, you should know, how much the expense that you're supposed to make, and also the revenue stream and everything. That's why having a business plan is very crucial on your entrepreneurship journey. And after the business plan, there is also these, I would say, interpersonal skills, because you will have to deal with people. You have to deal with sponsors, partners, customers, So there is this communication. So you should have these communication skills. Communication and marketing skills. It goes together. To be able to talk, to pitch your project, to sell your idea. As I said a while ago, if you're able to sell it, then you're making history. To be able to, responsiveness, yes. So there is also responsiveness, because you will get in a certain level in which people are going to ask you much more questions, They're going to ask you questions. They will want to know about your product. Customers are here, so responsiveness. You should be always available. Take phone, answer messages, go ask them what they want, and you try to bring something for them. I think this is really the key. This is really important. I just go back again, like vision, self-confidence, and you have to master your business. You have to have a business plan. You have to be you have to be, yeah, the interpersonal skills like communication and the marketing skills, and also there is responsiveness.
Thank you so much, Abubakar. I hope your speech will inspire young people. Rama, would you like to add something about that?
Yes, I'd like to add a couple of other skills. One of them is authenticity. Authenticity. Why is this important? As long as you are going to try to satisfy others, to fit the mold, you are not going to be successful. You have to be true to who you really are. You have to be true to your vision, because this vision was planted into you for a reason. And you have to honor it. You have to make it come to life. If you think about it, even in our personal lives, as long as you're trying to be somebody to please somebody else, it is just a matter of time before yourself you're going to be tired, or on the other end, they're going to find out because the mask will fall. Truth is important. Being in your truth, being in the path of truth. You save time. You don't waste time. It also empowers you to manage your energy differently, because you're not wasting energy unnecessarily in the wrong circumstances, the wrong people. This extra energy that you have is actually opening doors for you. The right doors that you need to actually move forward faster and powerfully. Another skill that is very important along the way is to learn to let go, to surrender, to be flexible. Because as an entrepreneur, you're going to plan. You have to plan, because it enables you to have some basis, some structure from which you can move forward. Yet, we all know that there's not one single plan that comes exactly as you envisioned it. It's going to be something else. Welcome it. Be excited about it. And it is okay.
When he knows what he wants to invest time and energy in, what are the steps to take?
Idea, and you know what you are looking to do. First practical step, protect the idea. Register your business, register your idea, do all the due diligence. Make friends with a really good lawyer. Make friends with a really good accountant. And very early, if you haven't already done it, develop a really good support system. Support system of friends, family, a board of advisors, people whom you can regularly check in with, get some really good suggestion, advice on how to continue to move with your idea. And they can make you think, help you think about things that you haven't even thought about.
Abubakar, to you, what are the first steps to take?
She just said it right now. You should protect your vision, protect that idea. Because from experience, I know if you have this idea and then you just go everywhere, I have this idea, without protecting it, someone else is going to steal it. And then you don't have nothing to say. Because, he was bold enough, to go and protect that before you. So if you have any idea, go. Here in Senegal, we have the SODAV. Go to the SODAV, protect it before anything happens. And after that, there is also, the people that you're supposed to be around with. You should surround yourself with good people. You should surround yourself with people that share this idea, because those people are going to help you progress. They are going to put you in the right path. And those people are going to be your business partners, your sponsors, your liars, your lawyers, So surround yourself with good people. And third, I would say take action. Take action. Don't wait for anybody, you know, to tell you you have to do this or you have to do that. It's your idea, you know. Take initiative, take action. Even though you have to start from zero, it's okay. I started from zero, and look where I am today. Alhamdulillah. Still, I still have a lot to do, but I started anyway. I started from zero, but I started anyway. So you should start from zero. Don't wait for anybody to tell you what you have to do. You know what you have to do, So just get in it, and if you make mistakes, it's okay, because it's experience. You will learn from each one of them.
Start from zero is very important. Rama, can you please go through the challenges in this journey as an entrepreneur?
The challenges in this journey as an entrepreneur. Woo-hoo. Brace yourself, if you want to be an entrepreneur, especially in our environment in Africa. I'll say one key skill that is very important with yourself is time management. Oh my God, I cannot stress that enough. Become a master of managing your time. It is critical to your success. Choose wisely how you are going to spend those 24 hours every single day. I always say in my workshop, my seminars, or when I work with clients, we all have the same 24 hours. Yet there are billionaires on this planet, and there are extremely poor people. There are people who are extremely healthy, have great vitality, are living phenomenal lives, and there are those who are so sick and tired and don't have any energy. And the list can go on if you look at both sides. But this is the same 24-hour. They're just choosing to use their time differently so as to live differently. And when you think about entrepreneurship and being successful, think, how can you live your life differently each 24-hour? So time management is very, very important. Another one is the obvious one, capital, finance. How do you start? How do you fund your dreams? How do you turn it into reality? For most of us, I'll say, especially in this day and age, traditionally, you used to go to the bank, get a loan. To this day, still, you'll go and see friends and family to support you. But today, you don't really need to. I didn't need to go that route necessarily. Most of us, we can have a job, we can work. Most of us, we can sell something. You can cook. You can always cook a dish and go sell it to somebody who likes your cooking. You can always create stuff if you're making jewelry, if you're making clothes, if you're making something, and have extra money that you're piling up to fund your dreams. If you do this well, within 3 to 6 months, you have a little fund to start your business. You can start a business with very little money nowadays. With technology, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the list goes on. You just have to advertise, position yourself with your idea, with your product, with your service. And with very, very little money, you have followers, people following you, people contacting you directly and asking you how, when, and where can I get your stuff. So be creative. Again, it goes back to being agile, having this mindset of being flexible. Don't be set in stone about this is the way to do it. Be creative about how you want to solve your challenges and allow the ideas to come in.
Great. Be creative. That's the message. By the way, you can join the conversation online. Abu Bakar, tell me what are the challenges?
Creativity is the essence. I remember there is one Senegalese, he's, Nyofar, the brand Nyofar. He inspired me a lot. And I once was discussing with him, he told me, bro, I had my job. He had a job, and everything was okay. But there was this lack of creativity that he had, and he told me that he wanted to create, he just didn't want it to stay in this block of just being an employee, going to work and then just going back home, going to work. So he wanted to create. So there he started. And yes, from creativity to creativity, today he's able to make shoes and Alicia Keys, and Swiss Beats, they're putting on those shoes. Can you imagine? And that is a challenge because our environment, the Senegalese ecosystem, doesn't really help the young creators to be able to showcase what they have to the world. There are a lot of ideas, creative ideas. But unfortunately, there is, this lack of information because sometimes you want to create, but you don't know where you have to go, who you have to meet with, to be able for you to rise this thing, And after that, there is also funding is a very big challenge. I won't say only here in Senegal, but in Africa in general. So funding is a very big challenge. But nowadays, people are talking about crowdfunding, and there are such a lot of activities that you can organize yourself to be able to fund your dream, So I'm telling you, if you are waiting for any institution or the government to fund you to be able to undertake, you haven't started yet.
It's difficult, yes.
Very difficult.
So without any delay, can you go through the failures, your failures?
Okay. The failures, I have suffered a lot. I'm telling you. I cried, and there was a time it was really hard, especially, with the family, because they didn't really know, they won't understand, and until now, I try to explain them. And it has been very, very difficult, A lot of things happen, and I have lost a lot of things also, although at the beginning, I started with a budget. Because I was freshly at the university, you have the baccalaureate. Everybody are going to, my son, my nephew, they all, support you. So I just took all of that, capital, then I started up. And I just started with the wrong person. And it was a very big failure. So, yes. Next time, the advice I would say,
the right person
yes, choose the right person to do your business with is really important in your entrepreneurial journey.
So, Rama, please tell me, what are your biggest failures? What are the biggest failures you face in this journey?
All right. I'll just tweak it a little bit because for me, I don't believe there are any failures. There are only lessons learned. You're only learning. It's an experience. And it's about having fun and just letting go. Knowing that your best self is just coming and keep coming and through all these experiences. So what I've learned to date from the challenges I've faced, first of all, about funding. I've worked to fund my own dreams. So when you think about abandoning your career, I've been abroad for 18 years, had a very good situation abroad, and decided after a long time of thinking about it, it was time for me to come back home and play my part. So you plan, you save, you organize yourself financially, economically, and sooner or later, as I said, whatever plan you have is not going to turn out in reality. And so sooner or later, the funds are running out, and you start to think again about what have you done, and this dream and this vision that is still there and that needs to come to reality. So I'll say that was a huge learning curve for me. And I've learned to be creative along the way. Creative, thinking sharp, thinking fast, sizing opportunities, not waiting for the opportunities to come to me. And sticking with the idea, the vision, honoring it, no matter what. Other challenges that I faced when it comes to the support system, I cannot stress that enough, because entrepreneurship is lonely. It's lonely at the top. It is your idea. You alone know the vision because you've seen it, but nobody else has seen it. So however much they want to understand, they want to support, they want to be there, they cannot always necessarily, even if they wished. So you have to be prepared for that loneliness and still move forward. I'll say that to anybody, one of the most important decisions you will take, which will impact every area of your life, including entrepreneurship, is the person, whether you're a man or woman, the person you choose to be with, to marry, your wife or your husband. Oh my God, because if they don't understand you, if they don't understand your journey, if they're not as supportive, oh my God.
It's gonna be hard, sure.
All right?
Yeah, thank you, Rama. So the message is move forward no matter what. Back to Regina for a small break. Thank you. Now this is about entrepreneurship. I'm not sure, is anybody in business at the moment? Does anybody have a business at the moment that they run? Okay, you. Okay, great. Lovely. So do we have aspiring entrepreneurs? You're not yet an entrepreneur, great. But you want to start, okay, I can see my bodyguards over there. Great, that's awesome. Well, today we're in a room full of entrepreneurs. I am one myself. And also today, since we're in Dakar, we're going to talk to one of them, a young man who I believe in a few years, check him out, you know, with a blow and stuff like that. So help me welcome Masamba Jeong. Hope I got the name correct. Now he owns Mass Attitude, and as you can see, this is one of his products he's putting it right now, but he's going to do the talking. So tell us about entrepreneurial journey.
Thank you, Regina, for the introduction, and a big thanks for the team of the Ignition Hour. Good morning, everybody. My name is Masamba Jeong, and I live in Chess. I'm the creator of Mass Attitude. MA is a fashion brand created since 2013 in Chess. And we provide fashionable clothes for every gender, male or female, whatever your style or desire. Today I'm dressed by myself, and also it is with a big pleasure that I dress Aise and Amina, and who are among our customers since our beginning. Then it is with a big pleasure and honor to answer to the invitation today. We are making clothes for men and women. So if you want to order, you can check us in Instagram or in Facebook. We are present in Facebook and in Instagram, Mass Attitude or More Attitude. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you for the interest. Thank you.
Great. Awesome. The man himself. Okay, briefly before you go. Now we have an aspiring entrepreneur over there. What advice would you honestly give to her right now?
Oh, I don't know if I'm able to give advice because I'm a small entrepreneur, if I can say it. But the advice I give to entrepreneurs is to work with love and devotion, not to let things fall down. You will face any kind of situation. But you will have to show that you love what you're doing. If you do it with love, you can overtake any kind of situation, according to me.
Great. Power to that. So I'll give it up once more for Masamba Jeong. And of course, he is the owner and founder of Mass Attitude. Thank you so much, Regina. Thank you, Masamba from Mass Attitude, for these verses. Thank you so much. So, Rama, partnership and networking are two key activities the entrepreneur should indulge in. But can you tell us how?
Where do I start? It's so important because you're not going to get there alone. You have an idea, but there are many other organizations, infrastructures, people who have other ideas that are complementary to yours. And as you know how to make those strategic alliances, together, you're moving forward more powerfully. There's this saying, this African saying that is, if you want, yes, go alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to fall, go far. Yes, that's what it is. If you want to go too far, then go with the others. Go together. And I think it summarizes it all. Also, partnership makes it easier for you because you don't have to do everything. It's part of, the skill set that is very important as an entrepreneur, which is delegating. Let others do what they do best. I look at it as an orchestra. At the end of the day, you want to hear a beautiful symphony. You're part of it. You may be the conductor, actually. Each of the other musicians play their part to create this beautiful symphony. So be good at delegating and allowing this partnership so that this amazing sound is going to come out. That's how I will summarize it as a metaphor.
Yeah, you said that delegation is such an important point in entrepreneurship. Abubakar, tell me your insight about this point.
Yes, that's very, very, very important. What Rama just said. If you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go with others. And this is a saying I keep telling to myself like every time. Because first of all, it's not easy to deal with people, It's not easy at all. You have your humor, you have, your test, and you may have different tests. But at the end of the day, it's a complementarity that goes, with each one of you. There is something that you don't have that your mate has. There is something that your mate doesn't have that you have. So it's always this complementarity between both parts. That's why you shouldn't just be close to yourself, You should be open-minded, You should go to people. Don't wait for people to come to you. Go to people, exchange, talk with them. Sometimes you may have some difference. It's okay. It's life, We all are different. But you should be united. You should be united, after that, after this diversity, And thankfully, it's such a great honor for me to be part of this very wonderful association here in Senegal that is called JIDER, which means the Young African Entrepreneur Working Toward the Economic Development, the Young African Entrepreneur Working Toward the Economic and Regional Development. So in JIDER is first of all, a network of not only Senegalese young entrepreneur, but a network of African entrepreneur. And it is a platform that foster collaboration, partnership between the entrepreneurs. Because today, as part of JIDER, if I was about to organize something, it would be like, JIDER is organizing. Because they will all come and support, And if someone else is organizing, it seems like everyone that is part of that network that is organizing. So this is very powerful. It is really powerful, and it helps you be at the best version of yourself and to get to the next level. So that is really important. Networking, going to people, exchanging, It's awake, this talent that is within you.
Do you have something to add about that?
Yes, and networking is, another key skills as an entrepreneur is to be a very good salesperson, being able to sell yourself, sell your ideas. And it's very important for you to get in the business of talking about what you do, who you are, and what you believe in, what you're about. Because you never know as you do that, the people who are hearing you, who become a fan, who become a champion, and they believe so much in your idea. They love it so much that they have connection and they start opening doors for you because they're like, I love this idea. This has to come to reality. So this is part of the importance of networking, Just go out there and let yourself be known, that people know you exist.
Sure, very important. So last but not least, Rama, what's your advice for the youth when it comes to taking risk and seizing opportunities?
Youth means young, means taking risk. If not now, it will never be. So go for it. This is why you're young. That's what these years are for. There are plenty of ideas that are sparking within yourself. Just go and try it, because later on is not the time. That's where I'll start.
Sure. Thank you so much. Abdullah, what's your advice to the youth?
I would say you don't just wake up one day or another, to become wealthy or to build an empire. It takes time, and hard work. And don't be afraid. You should have this self-confidence. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential, Believe in what you are doing, even though people are saying that you're not doing, the right thing, but you are doing it, so believe in it. And everything will be okay. Everything will be all right. And always, I used to say, there's this sentence, stop, start, keep. Every day, every day, at the end of the day, I used to do it, stop, start, keep. I ask myself, what I have to stop, what I have done in this day today that I have to stop. Then I write it down, so I should stop this. What I have to start. So yes, there is this new skills, or there is this I want to learn. So I start working on it. And what I have to keep. So yes, I know I have acquired these skills, and it's very good. It's helping me, going. It's helping me progressing. So I also work on keeping it. I don't just let it go.
Thank you, Abu Bakar. I hope the Senegalese young people got ignited by this very interesting discussion. I'm going to give you the floor if you have anything else to add.
Yes, when we talk about risk, it's important as an entrepreneur to understand that because you take risks doesn't mean that you have to go against people, have to go against the situation. You have to defy them. You have to be in a tension mode, right? We already know that life resists change. People don't like change, even though change is a constant. We know every day is a new day, the seasons change, yet we resist it. So when you're in front of situations where, because you have this vision that you're trying to honor, that you're trying to turn to reality, and you find yourself in front of circumstances, people who are resisting, who are criticizing, not understanding, you have to get in the business of being truly intelligent. What we know about intelligence today, which is influenced by a dominant way of thinking, is the intelligence of the intellect, the brain. But I want to invite you to think about different type of intelligence that is a bit more sophisticated. It is the intelligence of the heart. It is the intelligence that feels and that sees that which the eyes cannot see. That empowers you when you're in front of situations with people who are throwing at you negative vibration. You know how to smile. You know how to let them go with the negative flow, and it doesn't move you. If nothing else, you smile because you know they haven't had your vision. And you actually manage them into their negativity, just like a midwife and a baby, because you have the vision, they don't have it. You have to be bigger. So take the risk, but with a smile, and be strategic. You don't have to fight. Look at water. Water that is so essential to all of us, to the entire ecosystem of this planet. Water is a great leader. Water is teaching us essential leadership skills. It doesn't discriminate. It gives to everyone. It hydrates everything. Water can break a stone. Water can turn a fire. Water never gets stuck. Wherever you put it, it finds a way through and keeps moving. Water is at the core of life. And because of water, life moves forward. So be like water. And be those kind of entrepreneurs that despite anything that is happening, you are grounded and you are moving forward.
Yeah, Abu Bakar, Rama, thank you so much for this inspiring speech. Abubakar, what are your last words?
My last word will be greed and perseverance. First of all, greed is really important because it leads you to success beyond your talent, beyond even what your talent contribute. So you must have, this something, you know, you must have this something. I don't know what to say, but if you miss that thing, you won't go so far. And for me, that something is focus and authenticity. In everything I do, I'm focused, and I'm myself. I'm Abu Bakar. I'm myself, authenticity.
The Ignition Hour TV show is over now. We just want to relax and network. So we have a few questions here from you guys. And I'm going to start with Abdul Diba. Okay, great. And so this is for the guest. And he's asking, what are the steps you need to take to protect your idea? And so I'm not sure who really wants to be specific or who would like to answer.
I'll speak from experience. As I said earlier, befriend a really good lawyer. There are a few people that need to be your friend, always till the end of your life. Doctor, lawyer, accountant. All right? For any kind of emergency, pick up your phone and ask questions. And they will guide you, especially if you have really good friends. And so some of the steps that I've taken were to call my friends who are lawyers, tell them what I'm trying to work on, have this conversation through a lot of confidentiality. And then they advised me about the documentation that I needed to organize, the things that I needed to pay for. And once it was done, then they advised me I can communicate because now I was safe. So as long as you get the proper advice, you're okay.
Great, awesome. And you've got the answer now, right? Lovely. Okay, so we do have Masamba Jong.
My question is, did it happen to you once to really cry for entrepreneurship? For? Entrepreneurship.
In this journey.
Let me say it loud. I cry all the time.
Can you explain us this story, maybe?
Come again?
Can you tell us one story, please?
Which one can I share? What one can I share? Well, I'll say this. I've just returned about a couple of months ago after a long maternity leave because, my priorities are quite clear. Family, my baby comes first with everything because as a human being and as a mother, this new life that I've helped bring into this reality, I need to be successful in ensuring that I give my utmost best so that this life is going to prosper and also be of value to this world. And so I took a long pause. And during this pause, you can look at it as the caterpillar moving towards a butterfly that creates this cocoon all around it to be reborn. And as I came back, it was the feeling of starting all over again because you're in entrepreneurship. Nature doesn't like emptiness. As long as you have something empty, nature comes and fills it. So I went away for some time, and then I came back. I had to start all over again, and it was somewhat discouraging for me. And then you come back into the environment with a lot of the challenges that you have left. Exponential, infinite, in that short amount of time. Plus the challenges that come with entrepreneurship, because it's very lonely, right? And I cannot stress that enough, if you haven't developed the right support system, it is so important, especially as a woman in my case, because being able to speak with other women who are going through the same challenges in life, who have been entrepreneurs and have been successful and understanding what you're going through and can advise you. Even men, because either they have supportive wife who have been entrepreneurs and are successful entrepreneurs, who themselves are mentoring young entrepreneurs, or other entrepreneurs can mentor you or advise you. And so the returning was extremely challenging for me. Starting all over and not feeling defeated. And why I said I cry all the time, it's a metaphor, I don't cry all every day. But one key skills that I've learned as an entrepreneur is to learn to honor your emotions, feel them, and release them. We're all human beings and emotions are messengers. They're here to remind you, to teach you something that you're not paying attention to or that you have forgotten. And that is a key thing in helping you being successful in that journey. And one thing that I learned is, as I learn more, and I'm really good at letting go my emotions and crying as much as I can, so many aha moment comes. A release comes, I'm much lighter, I feel freer. Not that I cried, so what? Life continues because the vision is still, and I still have to do it. And I still want to do it. And I want it more. And in the process of releasing it, you learn to let go. Whatever immediately in your life is bringing this pain. I don't believe in suffering. There's a difference, actually, I'll say this. There's a difference between pain and suffering. Many people don't pay attention to that. Pain is real. You bleed. The blood is flowing out of your body. It is painful. It is reality. You have to do something about it. Suffering is a choice. You are suffering because you're choosing to suffer. Because life is unfolding in a way, you are not liking it, and you're resisting. However way you're resisting it, and this brings suffering in your life. And in the past, I used to suffer a lot. And a lot of things were happening to me. A lot of things were happening to me in my head and in my heart, not in reality. And as I learned to cry a lot through this return, because now I have a child and this fear of, oh my God, maybe I should go back to a job because I cannot play with this life. Entrepreneurship, man, it is what it is. But holding on to this truth that is inside of you and understanding, just like this baby that is starting its journey. When it came into this world, it came completely naked, like each one of us. Today, we own quite a few things, even if it's pieces of clothes or a bedroom or a bed or a TV. All these things, we came into this reality without owning them. We came naked. The baby is a great reminder of entrepreneurship. Because everything you're going to achieve in this life is just extra. That you're going to leave here and go back naked.
My question is how to be an entrepreneur without experience. How to do when you don't have financial resources.
I said a while ago that you have to start, even though you don't have experience, even though you don't have the skills that are needed, to be able to undertake, but start. Start, because by starting, you'll be moving. And by moving, you realize, you'll know exactly who you are, and you will know your talent, because by moving, you have started. Then the talent that was here within you sleeping will wake up. Then you exactly know the skills that you acquire. And by knowing those skills, you also know the skills that you need to acquire. And for that, you need to have a good mentor. Mentorship is part of the process. By having a mentor, someone that is willing, to be here, to volunteer, to help you, to support you, to achieve your goal, it's really important. And also, making mistakes. A lot of people are afraid of making mistakes. But me, I'm not. I'm even curious. Everything I see, everything I want to do, I try, I do it, and I make mistakes. But after I smile, after I smile, because I learn from each one of them. The next time the same occasion or the next time the same situation is going to come, I will know exactly what to do in order to escape, the bad results, you know? So you should have a mentor. That is really important for you to be able to start up, and that one will keep you, you know, on the right path.
I have just a question for Rama. So, with your job, you have, if, for example, not only for you, all the women which are on your, who are on your position, if, for example, the husband is jealous, for example, if you have to go to travel every time, how do you do to manage all this? And you said that you have a baby. Is it possible to, for example, if you have to travel, to let here your baby with just you entrusted to a babysitter? What do you do? How do you do for the education of your family? Thank you.
So for me, it was important to take the time to feel at peace and at ease with this person. And I have found one, and I'm very happy. Second of all, work. Work takes you moving. One thing I organized very early was the passport for that nanny, because if I'm moving, she's coming with me. Well, that's my choice. Not everybody has to choose that way. But for me, part of the choices is that my baby is exclusively being breastfed. I'm not giving any animal milk to my baby. Exclusively being breastfed. So I'm organizing my entire life around it to ensure that she's going to be breastfed up to 2 years. And so, as I have work commitment, I'm organizing myself so that the baby is nearby with the help that I need. All right? Why I'm sharing that is each person is different. It's all about your vision. That's why I started it with it at the beginning of the conversation. You have to have a clear vision about who you are, how you want to live, and the impact that you want to live in this world. And this is my vision. And for me, the first 2 years of a human being are so critical, especially with the parent, even more so with the mother. And separating from my baby to serve a vision doesn't make sense. It's possible to align both. And that's how it should be. My husband is not here. My husband is abroad. The model that we have so far is me coming back home, settling everything. And as everything is settled, then he follows. Strategically, what do our elders tell you? When you travel, you don't travel all together at once and put all your eggs in one basket. So we're being strategic this way. Voilà.
Thank you, my people, for being so amazing. Thank you, everybody. I would like also to precise that the Ignition Hour project is not only the TV show, but also the quarterly career development courses and a technical assistance on the business plan development towards accessing finance. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. And please join the conversation online. Like our page on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Download and like our videos on YouTube. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel. See you next month with an equally interesting topic and speakers. And remember, in entrepreneurship, the days that break you are the ones that make you.